So let's be honest, the whole like retro vintage aesthetic is really coming back. We see it just in home design with like people wanting to buy these like old Coca-Cola posters. We see it in like clothing styles and everything. A lot of like what people consider retro or vintage clothing styles are coming back. But obviously we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about photography and videography. And so in terms of photography and videography, it's film emulation. Everyone is going for that just old classic, just good looking film look. You see it all across social media, you see it all across YouTube. Everyone wants that film look. And people are doing this in a few different ways. They're taking old film stocks and studying them and seeing how the colors are reproduced, how greens and oranges and yellows and blues are reproduced, and what the warmth of the shadows looks like, or how cool the highlights are, stuff like that. And then they're just taking those edits and then putting them on their content, on their photography or videography. They're adding a little bit of grain because film often had some grain or a little bit of noise. They're adding film borders. They're pasting over like 8mm or 60mm film borders onto their photos or videos. But in my personal opinion, I think what makes film look the best and what makes it so unique is that kind of glow you get from the highlights. And this is something called halation. And this occurs due to the scattering of the light within the film's structure, creating this kind of diffused, dreamy look in the highlights. And so obviously, we're on digital cameras now. That's something that can't exactly be reproduced because the way film works and the way a digital sensor works is completely different. But we still want to get that look, right? And so I probably am talking way longer than I should have. So let's just get straight into it. I want to show you how to get that halation look in just a couple easy steps in Final Cut, because I was trying to find how to do it and people were selling like $30 plugins and I thought that was stupid. So I want to show you how to do it for free. I'm going to be using Final Cut, but the exact same stuff can be done in Adobe. So my neck is starting to hurt from looking up at this camera. So let's get over to my desk and I'm going to show you how to get that halation look in just a few easy clicks. So yeah, let's go. So obviously this is something that you kind of want to have a high contrast scenario, whatever your shot is. So like I'm using the intro shot for this tutorial that I literally just shot. And you can see like in the windows, I have kind of like very bright highlights. In this shot that I'm filming right now, I have, you know, these windows, like the same windows, that are also just providing some like bright highlights. And so that's what I'm gonna wanna kind of get that like halation glow to. The very first step is just color grade the footage as you would. I mean, obviously it's completely personal preference, but since I'm going for like a film look here with the halation, I'm gonna kind of give it a film look. So I'm gonna color grade it and then I'll show you how to do the actual halation stuff. So once you have your color grade in and everything, the first thing you want to do is you're going to take the clip that you want to add the halation to and you want to duplicate it. I am completely blanking on the shortcut, but I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and then just drag it right on top of the original clip. So you have two of the exact same thing. Then after that, you're gonna wanna go into your effects tab and get the Luma keyer. And this is just, comes with Final Cut, no additional plugins or anything. So you're gonna have a Luma keyer and you're gonna drag it onto the very top clip. And so we're gonna leave it on composite. And the second thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Gaussian blur. Gaussian, I don't know if I say it right, because basically what we're gonna be doing is we're going to be Luma keying the top frame only to the brightest parts of the image, the highlights. And then we're going to be like, okay, hey, that Luma that you keyed out, the brightest parts of the image, we want to add a little blur to that. And that's what's going to be reproducing that halation effect. So obviously right now, everything is kind of all a little blurry, but that's because I haven't adjusted the Luma keyer, so now it's just doing everything. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna adjust it, and I'm just gonna keep dragging it to maybe right about here. So if you go to matte, you can then kind of like see what you're adjusting. So like obviously this is everything. So I'm gonna kind of keep dragging it until it looks like this. I just have the brights. I maybe have a tiny bit of my face, but mostly it's that window that I'm going for. So then I'll go it back to composite. And so what you can see when I'm switching it on and off here is I've keyed out just the brightest parts of that top layer of the video, and leaving everything underneath is just the original like non-Luma keyed version of it. And so I've keyed out just the brightest parts of the image, and then I've add a little Gaussian blur to that. And then it's very much personal preference and like how much of the clip you're mimicking, and then how much blur you want. So obviously I can do a whole lot, I can do a little bit. I don't know, I like it maybe right about here in the 80s, and then you can also go into the opacity and kind of adjust that. And so it's a fairly subtle thing, but that's how you add halation. Maybe we want to add a little bit of grain to make it, give it a little bit more film-esque vibe. And maybe we want to add just a smidge of noise, just an eensy little bit of noise to get a film look. And I usually do normal and go to Gaussian noise, and then I put it at like 0.02 because I just want a little bit, just a hint, a smidge. I really hope this video wasn't too long because I don't mean to keep you guys, because it really is a very, very simple process. But that is how to add halation to your digital videos, and now you kind of have your film look. And I really hope you enjoyed. Super easy. It's going to be the exact same in Adobe, but if you did enjoy this hopefully very quick video, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I've done a lot of stuff with shorts, but gotta get some actual videos out. But I really appreciate it if you subscribed. My name's John, 16 views. I will see you guys later.